Well, hi, all my LGBT friends and others. Okay, I don't know how to start on this. Okay, the Lord asks us to, follow His commandments, and He asks us to, um, you know, uh, with the first, uh, five of those commandments have to do with loving your neighbor, okay? Thou shalt not murder, okay? Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not bear false witness, and so forth, okay? So without going through all of them, I'm sure you know them. But also, when it talks about um, murder, okay, for example, that means, premeditated, planning out, going out to kill somebody, okay? And for when we're talking about how, people do that with a knife, a pressure cooker like they did in Boston, homemade bombs, trying to kill and maim as many people as possible, or using a gun, a rifle, to shoot and kill as many people as possible. When it comes to California, we already have one of the most restrictive states when it comes to gun laws already. And just recently, right now, they're trying to pass laws, the AB 1664, AB 1673, AB 1674, AB 1695, AB 2607, okay? And what they are just putting more and more restrictions and trying to take away your Second Amendment right by not allowing you to pick the kind of gun that you want to use to protect yourself, okay? And if you decided that you wanted to purchase, for example, an AR-15, which doesn't mean automatic rifle, it means something else. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it. And the way that these people describe the gun and how it works and what they're trying to ramrod through legislation is it's just ridiculous. This guy De Leon, who's trying to talk about a ghost gun, okay, and it's really a riot. What he's saying, you have to use a bullet to push the button, and then a clip falls, and you have to use the clip to put the bullets in. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. It is just so ridiculous. And for people in California not to do, speak out, send a letter, call, do your due diligence, because you're gonna lose your rights, okay? You're gonna lose all of your rights, especially the Second Amendment. You can't even, with these laws, you can't even take, say your brother or your sister or your cousin or whatever wants to borrow your gun to go and do some target shooting. You will have to go to a gun shop and transfer your ownership of your gun to your relative, okay, to have them use your gun. And do you know what a nightmare that is? Okay? And, they're trying to get it. Okay, so many people have bought these terrible, I want to get a t-shirt that says, Black Guns Matter, okay? Because they're so stupid. How dumb do you have to be, okay? All right, they're trying to get the AR banned, all right? And that is the most popular gun. A 4-year-old could shoot that gun with no problem, with supervision, of course, but there's no recoil on it. It is almost just a tad above shooting a 22. And if you know anything about guns, it's there's no recoil. The gun doesn't go up. If you shot a shotgun, a regular shotgun, and you didn't know what you were doing, that gun would recoil up, and you could break your nose, okay, if you didn't know what you were doing. We already have a 10 bullet magazine restriction on the AR-15. Now they're trying to get it to where you can't even use that gun anymore. Anyway, I would do me a favor, all my subscribers, and send a letter or a phone call to Boxer and Feinstein and Governor Brown especially, and tell him that you oppose these laws. AB 1664, 1673, 1674, 1695, and 2607. Would you do that for me, please? And help out California, because I got to tell you something. If you don't think it's going to stop here in California and not spread to your state, you're absolutely crazy. Because this is exactly what has happened in England and Australia, and now they're doing it here. And you got these, I don't know who these idiot people are that are pushing through these laws, but they're definitely against guns, and I'm sure that Bloomberg is behind it. It's like, are you out of your mind? Everybody in California should have a gun. Everyone in their house should have a gun. That way, criminals themselves say they're more afraid of going into a stranger's home to rob or cause problems or whatever than they are somebody that they know, okay? Because they don't know what that person has. Criminals are not going to follow the law. They will find a way to get a gun and bring it into California or into your state, But if they know that everybody has a gun and has a weapon, they're not going to take a chance. Even Japan would not come against the United States because they thought that every American had a gun, that there was a gun behind every blade of grass. They are eroding our Second Amendment rights right before our eyes, and nobody is doing anything about it. The NRA, you're not doing enough. And if you want my money and my support, you have to do more for it, okay? And even though I was an NRA member, I don't, with all of these restrictive laws, I don't see any improvement because people aren't doing enough themselves. You have got to get out there and do your due diligence, send a letter, make a phone call, make some noise, let them know that you disapprove of this. This is your right as a citizen. Otherwise, you are going to lose your rights and your possibility of the lives of you and your loved ones. So get on the phone, send a letter, send an email, do something. Okay, this is my rant for the day. I'm just so pissed that they're doing this. Because why? I, as a soul human being, have been given inalienable rights by God to be alive. Okay, I have the right to defend myself. God-given right to defend myself. All right, and I have a right to pick a rock or an AR-15 if I want to defend myself in my house. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for the day. And if you agree, give me a thumbs up. And please do your part. Help California out. Okay, thanks.